Or maybe even Kim Jong-un just slipped and pressed the red button, but he can't get a win to save his fucking life, can he? Welcome to the first ever Formula 1 roast, and that's literally what it is, just a roast about Formula 1. I have 4 pieces of paper here. They're not just regular pieces of paper, there's good information about everything I need to get off my chest. The video is going to be split up into 4 categories. We got the drivers, we got the teams, we got the tracks, and of course we got the fans, because they need to be put down. In all of this, if you catch any strays, then don't complain down in the comments, because I really don't give 2 flying shits, and it kind of makes you a bitch if you do.
You can hide behind these keyboards, but you wouldn't say it to my face.
Gotcha, bitch!
But with that said, in the comments, let me know what you thought about the video, and more sure to subscribe and like, because I don't know why you wouldn't. Anyway, hope you enjoy, and enjoy the video. Okay, so I guess let's start off with the drivers.
I'm coming on your camera, mate.
Because that's just a good starting point. And I think a pretty obvious person to start off with is Lance Stroll.
Oh.
Now, most recently in Jeddah, I was expecting him to cook up. Genuinely, in my predictions, I thought he was going to do well, but he kind of did the opposite. Alonso qualifies into P4. Wow, well done, Alonso.
Wow.
Stroll's a bit far back. He's in 10th. And in the race, Alonso finishes 5th. All good for Alonso in, let's be real, not the fastest of cars. But Stroll manages to crash out on his own in the first 10 laps. Now you might be saying, that's just one little instance, but it really isn't. Bahrain was actually good, but ignore that. 2023 was overall just a disaster. He got slapped up by Alonso. And if there was another Alonso in the car, they would have surely snatched P4 in the constructors. Yeah, P4. They easily would have got that. But because Lance is just bringing the team down like an anchor in water, just weighing them down. He's not good, is he? From, let's be real, a pretty shit driver to someone who might be good on his day, but really just doesn't deliver when it's necessary. Lando, he can't get a win to save his fucking life, can he? Awful, but good at the same time. I swear, every single time my guy has any chance of getting pole position or even a win, he manages, except for Sochi 21 where he did get pole, but precisely the win, he fumbled the win there. And I swear, after every quali session, he's always saying in the post-race interviews, could have done more, but I messed up my lap. It's like he's on repeat. It's like Verstappen win Charles pole. That's on repeat pretty much every week. And same with this. It's just... And I don't think it's fair on anyone if we don't include Sargent anywhere. Sargent is just a shitter, like genuinely a shitter. At the end of 2022, I was rooting for him to get P5 in F2 to get the super license points for him to be promoted into Formula 1. But he ever since the get-go, my guy has been... Compared to Alex Albon's like 27 points or something in 2023, Sargent only had 1, and the singular point that he did score wasn't even on merit. It was in Texas where 2 people, Charles Leclerc and Hamilton, had to be disqualified from the race. For him to get a point, how sad is that? He was the first one to spin out during the season in testing. He's just awful. Now yes, every driver has their flaw, but some just really have more than others. I mean, Magnussen can't keep up with Hulkenberg to, yet again, save his life. If his life was on the line, he'd be dead a long time ago. He was a pretty good brick wall in Jeddah, but that's really all he was useful for, and that, literally only that. It seems like Hamilton now needs a walking stick because he can't score any decent solid points at all. And Ocon and Gasly are really coping through all of their current struggles in the team. Ocon trying to do some motivational speeches. Yeah, how did that go? Another pointless race in Jeddah. Zhou hasn't made an appearance on the TV screen since Silverstone 2022, and that was for a pretty bad reason. And Bottas has only stayed relevant through his calendars and his explicit photos. Anyway, now onto the fans, because I know if I talk any more about the drivers, then someone will actually start crying. So, the fans. Let's start off with the die-hard fans. The fans that... They don't really care about anything else except for their favorite driver, and that's literally all they're fixated on. That's all they care about.
Look out! Look out!
It's like if their favorite driver's race doesn't go to plan, it's the end of the world. It's literally, the world is about to collapse. A nuke's about to fall down, probably by Putin, or maybe even Kim Jong-un just slipped and pressed the red button, but It genuinely is like you're a little child favoritizing someone. Well, like, come on. It's no surprise that, yes, there's drivers that I do want to do better than others, of course. Charles, Albon, Ricciardo, Piastri, Behrman, I've supported him since Formula 3. They don't know you. You know, they literally don't know you. They don't care who you are. They don't give two flying shits about you. And I don't know why you care so much about them. You know what I'm saying? It's like your sadness won't impact the whole world or literally won't impact anyone except for you. So grow the fuck up. With that said, of course, I do want Albon and everyone else that I named to do the best they can. That's why I support them. But it's not the fucking end of the world if they don't score a point, you know what I'm saying? And that's also not to say that I wasn't literally on the edge of my seat watching Behrman get P7. And I really wanted him to get P7. Anyway, next up we're going to talk about the Lewis Hamilton fanboys. You know, the Lewis Hamilton fanboys. Yeah, Yep, anyway, on to the next topic. The Verstappen enjoyers. I mean, let the guy just win the races. He's doing good, right? Just let him be. Let him win. Verstappen, if you're watching this, let someone else win. Please, maybe crash out, break a tire, break an axle. A less but more serious note, let's talk about the Charles and Lando lovers. You know the people that they support Charles and Lando because of their appearances. And we know there's a shit ton of those people around. And that kind of just ruins things for me. It's like the amount of like 12-year-olds that I see that just stalk them or just make edits about them. Like, what? Like, genuinely, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you watching or even making edits like this? I don't see anyone making any edits about Bottas or his calendars, and that's just not fair. Let's make edits about Bottas's calendar, shall we? That's more fair. But in my humble opinion, if someone's doing well in a race that they really, shouldn't be doing well in, let's say Ocon or Gasly are in the points for the first time in Australia, of course I'm going to be rooting for them to bag their first points, unless Albon's charging them down in P11, and he's literally like a second away and he could overtake them in the last lap to score points, then obviously I want Albon to score points. But I don't know where I'm going with this. My bad in advance, but I did warn you at the start, didn't I? Anyway, let's move on to the tracks. Some tracks used to be good, they used to be nice, but over the years have been, not ruined. Some really shit tracks have been added recently, which zero overtaking and it's just boring to watch, like very. Boring. So, let's start with an obvious one that is very boring to watch, and that's Monaco. Literally zero overtaking happens there, and give me a pillow and I could probably sleep through the race. Hungary might be an amazing circuit, and I very much love the circuit, but yet again, there's literally nothing ever happening at that track. Also boring. And now they have the audacity to get rid of an amazing track, Barcelona, and implement Madrid as a street circuit, which I guarantee you will have very minimal overtakes. It has one pretty decent straight at the start, but I don't know whether that little kink to the left-hander under the tunnel is going to be like a downshift, and I don't think many overtakes are going to happen near that area of the track. That's like the only good straight. But some tracks honestly just have to go to the bin. Tracks that there's literally minimal overtakes, nothing going on, and they're just boring. Also, speaking of tracks, I think every track, or Pirelli, has to fix up their tyre wear. Make it higher tyre wear just in general, because that means more pit stops, more action, more things going on, more different strategies, more overtakes. Just make the sport so much more enjoyable to watch. Like all these races that just have one stop and that's it. There's no fun in that. Races where there's, multiple weather changes, where there's people are coming into the pits like every 10, 15, 20 laps. They're the entertaining races we all want to see, not the ones where someone pits at lap 35 and just goes all the way on through there, just one pit stop and that's it. That's boring as fuck. If Pirelli can increase their tyre wear, I think that would genuinely improve the sport for good. And I guess finally it's time to talk about all of the teams and how disappointing some of them are and how shit some of them are as well. And I think it's best off if we start with Alpine, with their current situation, right? 2022, they finished 4th in the Constructors. A decent team, upper midfield, maybe lower front end team. In 2023, battling for podiums on occasions. Got a podium in Monaco, got a sprint race podium in Spa, I don't remember where their last podium came from, but they got 3. But they finished P6 in the constructors, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, P6. Just in front of Williams. And now 2024 comes around and their fall from grace is literally worse.
Oh my god! Oh jeez, oh my god!
In Bahrain, they qualified a pretty solid P19 and P20, and in the race they finished like 17th and 18th. I guess that's an improvement from quali, but still, they were absolutely dog shit. They removed all of that paint from their livery just to be shit. And then Jeddah rolls around and Gasly literally races 1 lap. Not even 1 lap. He does a little circle and that's it. And that's called a day for him. Just pathetic. Like what the fuck? Like, if you're an Alpine fan, like, surely you'll be able to laugh at your team as well. They're fucking dog shit. All of the investments that they've had last year, or investors, and this is what they produced to Bahrain and Jeddah. Like, what? Haas as well, they should probably sell their team to Andretti or something. I don't think anyone has ever liked Haas, except for, you know, people who like Gunther Steiner. But he's gone now, so the Haas team is basically irrelevant. No one knows Eya Komatsu that well. No one really... Magnussen's too shit to have any fans, and Hulkenberg's in his own bubble. I think he should be focusing more on getting podiums than getting fans. But I guess he doesn't have many of either. I don't know, it just seems like the team is just there, existing, and no one knows, no one really cares. So in the nicest possible way, Haas, sell your fucking team to someone better, please. Just like Sauber is selling their team to Audi, Audi's gonna be a better asset. Just Haas, please. Aston Martin as well are just fucking pussies for not getting rid of Lance. Yes, the team owner is Lance's dad, but the fact that Lance is so incredibly shit, it's just, how is he still in the team? Now, agreed, the start of last year was good, the end of last year was good, and his Bahrain performance was top tier. But everything in between that, Jeddah, the whole of mid-season last year, was so poor. Yeah, I can even compare it to fucking Sargent's or Checo's season. It was that poor. Someone with some actual talent and skill could probably take a seat, and Aston Martin would be doing so much better. And I've saved the best till last, the whole Red Bull, situation. The horny horn dog is just doing his thing and just keeping Checo for some reason, and then it's just a mess. It's just a mess. I don't know what's going to happen with Red Bull, but I hope they figure it out soon because it's getting kind of annoying now. Anyway, I've gone through all of these, so I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any complaints, put it down in the comments, but as I said, that makes you a bitch. And stop complaining. Anyway, like and subscribe whilst you're down there, and hope you enjoyed. Peace.